In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use the IFS function in Google Sheets so you can test multiple conditions in a single formula without the headache of nesting endless if statements. The IFS function is a powerful tool that streamlines your logic, whether you're grading scores, tracking project statuses, or categorizing expenses, and it keeps your spreadsheets clean and easy to troubleshoot. If you find this helpful, please like and subscribe, and let's get started. Let's begin by understanding what the IFS function actually does and why it's such a game changer for your workflow. In Google Sheets, when you need to check multiple conditions, like assigning a letter grade based on a numeric score, or labeling a sales figure as high, medium, or low, your first instinct might be to use nested if statements. You know, the ones where you type if, then another if inside that, then another, and soon you're drowning in parentheses and the formula becomes nearly impossible to read. The IFS function solves this elegantly. Instead of nesting, you simply list your conditions and their corresponding outcomes in a clean sequential order. The function evaluates each condition from top to bottom, and as soon as it finds one that's true, it returns that outcome and stops. This makes your formulas easier to write, audit, and modify later, especially if you ever need to adjust a threshold or add a new category. It's a true time saver for anyone who works with data regularly, and it's surprisingly simple to use once you see it in action. Now, let's walk through a step-by-step example so you can see exactly how to set this up in your own sheet. Imagine you have a list of student scores in column A, starting with cell A1, and you want to assign a letter grade, A for scores 90 and above, B for scores 80 to 89, and C for scores 70 to 79. Any score below 70 can remain blank or get a specific label, but we'll focus on the main grades for now. First, click on the cell where you want the result to appear. Let's say you choose cell B1 next to your score. This is where the grade will be displayed. Next, you'll type the formula. It begins with the equal sign, then the function name IFS, followed by an open parenthesis. Inside the parentheses, you list each condition and its outcome as a pair, separated by commas. For our example, you'd type A1 greater than or equal to 90, then a comma, then in double quotation marks the letter A, then another comma. That's your first pair. Then you add the next condition, A1 greater than or equal to 80, comma B in quotes, comma. Then the third condition, A1 greater than or equal to 70, comma C in quotes. Close the parentheses and press enter. Your formula should look exactly like this. Equals IFS open parenthesis A1 greater than or equal to 90, comma A, comma A1 greater than or equal to 80, comma B, comma A1 greater than or equal to 70, comma C, close parenthesis. Once you press enter, the function immediately checks the value in cell A1. If that value is, say, 92, it finds the first condition true and outputs A. If it's 85, the first condition is false, so it moves to the second condition, finds it true, and returns B. If it's 73, it skips the first two, finds the third condition true, and returns C. This top-to-bottom evaluation is crucial to understand because the order of your conditions matters. If you accidentally place the B condition before the A condition, for example, a score of 92 would first be tested against the 80 threshold, find it true, and return B incorrectly. So always list your most restrictive or highest threshold first, then work your way down. Another best practice tip is to keep your conditions mutually exclusive whenever possible, meaning they don't overlap in a way that causes confusion. For instance, if you have a condition for 90 and above and another for 80 and above, they are naturally exclusive because the first catches everything 90 or higher, and the second only gets values between 80 and 89, since anything above 90 was already handled. The IFS function stops at the first true condition, so this ordering is built into its logic. Avoid a common pitfall here. If you have a condition like A1 greater than 80 and another like A1 greater than 90, and you put the 80 condition first, the 90 condition will never be reached because any value above 80, including 95, will trigger the first condition. Always sequence from highest to lowest, or most specific to least specific, to ensure accurate results. Once you've mastered this basic structure, you can expand the IFS function to handle many more conditions. For example, you could add a fourth pair for a D grade, or even a final catch-all condition using a logical test that always evaluates to true, like true equals true, with an outcome like F for any score below 70. This gives you a complete grading system in a single readable formula. You can also use cell references for your outcomes, or combine IFS with other functions like AND or for even more complex logic, but that's a topic for another video. For now, the key takeaway is that this function replaces multiple nested IFS with a simple list, making your sheet faster to build and much easier to maintain. Try it out on your own data. Whether you're labeling inventory levels, categorizing survey responses, or calculating bonuses based on performance tiers, the IFS function will quickly become one of your go-to tools in Google Sheets. To wrap up, you now know exactly how to use the IFS function in Google Sheets to test multiple conditions in a clean, efficient formula. You've learned how to structure your conditions from highest to lowest, how to avoid common ordering mistakes, and how this single function can replace messy nested logic. The benefit is that your spreadsheets become more organized, your formulas are easier to read, and you spend less time troubleshooting errors. As a next step, I encourage you to experiment with adding a final default condition using the true test, or try combining IFS with data validation to ensure your inputs are within expected ranges. If you ever need a refresher, just come back to this video and follow along again. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.